So you all want to do crow pose, do you? Well, you've come to the right place. Okay, so crow pose is one of our fun poses that we do in yoga, but really not essential to our practice, but great to be building up our upper body strength and our core strength. So, you need 2 blocks or some books, we're not going to be using them that much. Come all the way down to your backs, and we're going to be putting the blocks on our hands. So warming up those wrists really gently, but also you're going to be starting to feel how the shoulders are working in our pose. Obviously the other way, so we're upside down. So your knees can be bent, your wrists are starting to take a little bit more flexion here. And then on your inhale, you're driving those blocks up to the sky, taking your shoulder heads off of the ground. So you're really pushing those hands high, blocks away. So you'll see how separated your shoulder blades are going to be if you do end up working towards your crow pose. And down. And up, push, and down. If your wrists start to get tired, just take the blocks away and do it without the blocks. And push. Keep that core engaged because we'll still need that core when we're doing our crow. Really nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Blocks all the way down. And coming in to a compressed action now, bringing our knees up and then our elbows trying to reach over the knees. We're really driving that belly button to the mat, lifting our chest from the chest, not from your chin. Feet flexed, trying to get them up in line with those knees. Really squeezing everything in. Maybe you only get the connection of your elbows and your knees, that's fine because we can work towards it. And relax. And up again. Squeeze everything in, really drive that belly button into your spine, spine into the ground. Think about those shoulders lifting off like we were doing with the blocks. And down, good work. One more time, big inhale, all the way up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Maybe come out and back in when you feel stronger. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All the way over onto our all fours. Hands nice and spread. Fingers spread widely. Nice strong stance. Into our cat-cows. Big inhale, drop the pelvis, gaze up. Exhale, cat. This is super key because we've got that push of the hands separating the shoulder blades, and we've also got the lift of that belly button. So this is going to be almost how we're feeling in our crow pose. Back to our cow. Exhale, cat. One more time, cow. And cat. Good job. Coming back now into our high plank, setting up again really strongly, coming into our tiger curls. So we're going to be lifting up the right leg on the inhale. Exhale, drawing a bent right knee towards your right elbow, trying to get as high up into the armpit as possible. Really thinking about squeezing this belly button so you're rounding through your back, rounding through the shoulder blades. There's much air time that you can get, as much space as you can get in front of your chest is going to help you lift up, back. Inhale, leg up, left leg. Exhale, squeezing the air out so you can get that knee as high up into the armpit as possible. Push the mat away and back. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bend that knee. Drive it towards that right arm. Push, push, push. And back. Come out and back in if you need to. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend that knee. Drive it to the left arm as high up as possible. This is our final time. Squeeze. Picking up the left leg, dragging it straight through to the front in our lizard lunge. So our right foot is to the outside of that mat. Now you can absolutely take that left knee down, untuck those toes. What we're working on here is feeling this connection of the right knee to the bicep. Squeezing that knee in, pushing that arm out, really feeling that connection. Now when we're in our crow, we want our armpit and our knee connected, but that action of pushing into one another is still going to be there. So feel that hip flexor opening, that chest opening, and also that pushing into one another of that knee and that arm. Breathing here. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All the way back. Stepping that left foot all the way through into your lizard lunge. Again, both hands inside. Left foot to the outside of that mat. Pushing arm and knee into one another. Still thinking about that hip flexor, the right side dropping down. Maybe you're off of your knee. Squeezing that in, feeling that energy driving towards one another. Keeping the hands gripping into the mat so much. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All the way down. Taking that left leg back now, coming into some chaturangas. I think it's probably clear to say that this is for our upper body strength. Now, whether your knees are down or your knees are up, I really don't mind. We're going to be coming all the way down to the ground and then pushing back up. So you get to where you can, holding on to everything, and then flop down, because you are still building up that strength. Now, we want a slightly further away stance than our normal tabletop, so that gives us enough space for the whole of the torso to come down at the same time. So just maybe walk those hands slightly in front of those shoulders. Now make sure the elbows are dragging straight back. That's always how we do our chaturangas, and that's how your arms are going to be in your crow as well. So think about that pelvis tucking ever so slightly, core is engaged. Inhale, you're thinking about the shoulders going over the wrists. Exhale, elbows straight back, hugging the biceps into your ribs, and as slowly as you can, coming down to the ground. Maybe you reach a point where you think, oh, I cannot keep myself up anymore, and flop down. On your next big inhale, you're pushing all the way back up as strongly as your exhale, trying not to sway through the back, trying to keep it nice and level. And again, inhale, shoulders over the wrists, core engaged. Exhale all the way down, whole of the chest down at the same time. Maybe you hold and before you come down, really good. Next, inhale, draw those hands into the ground and push all the way up. Really nice. Maybe you take those knees off now, tucking those toes. Shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, holding until the end of your exhale, and then flopping all the way down. Next inhale, you're pushing all the way up. Make it straight through your plank this time. Really good job. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, all the way down to the ground and all the way up. Really, really good job. Well done. Okay, the next strengthening exercise again is a compression. So we're going to be in our boat pose and thinking about that same action that we were doing when we were lying down. So the back of the arm connecting with that knee. So whether your boat pose is on a block, because you know that you need to keep lifting through that spine, or no block. Hands in front, picking up these legs, reaching the hands forward until you get that connection. Really reaching, separating those shoulder blades, squeezing the knees in as high as you can. And release. Good job. Keep going. We're going to do this 5 times. Coming back into your boat pose. Get that connection. Really round through that base of your back. Breathing here. Squeezing those knees higher up. And release. Good job. 3 more times. Boat pose. Inhale. Really reach. Draw those knees closer to you. Try and keep nice and lifted. Exhale. Maybe you go for one knee and then the other if it's a little bit too much for you at this stage. Hands out, so maybe you go one knee and the other knee. And keep going like this. Okay, and down. Final time. Big inhale, hands up. Draw those knees in, really nice. Touch the toes together, because when we're up in our crow, our toes will be together, drawing towards our bum. Final inhale, exhale all the way down. Really good job. Final thing we're going to be doing, working towards how our crow pose will feel. Now, if you find our yogi squat, our malasana, a little bit hard, so like this, if you find this hard with your heels down, roll up your mat so that you can put your heels on it. That will give you a little bit of extra stability so you can focus on the pose rather than the wobbling around with the squat. So, feet are going to be about hip-width distance apart. We're aiming the knees to go on the back bit of our arm, our tricep, rather than our bicep at the side. But if you feel like you can get to your bicep a lot more comfortably, that's okay for now, but know that you do need to work towards that bicep. Okay, so you're in your squat. Your hands are coming down. They're about shoulders width apart, and your fingers are spread nice and wide, like you would in downward dog or like you would in plank. You're already thinking about this connection of your knees and your arms. And on your inhale, you're starting to lift the heels off, and you're tipping forward, and then back down. We're not even really thinking about anything else, just that tipping forward action, thinking about those knees and elbows connecting, and then coming all the way up, lifting the tailbone. If that's comfortable and you don't feel worried that you're going to fall over, take the feet slightly closer to those hands, and then take them still behind those arms. Inhale, maybe you try and keep the connection, bum up and down. Bending through those elbows like we would in chaturanga, and down. Really good job. One more time. Really think about squeezing the knees towards the arms. Exhale all the way down. Really good job. Our balancing poses in yoga can be very daunting, so work this into your strength exercises so that you know when you come into it, you have got everything going your way. Well done.